Okay, so I'm recording now.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I will, basically what's going to happen is that it'll transition to another screen, but you guys will still have your mics on, so just stay quiet while the intro comes on.
I'll just mute. I'll mute me.
Okay.
So I don't sneeze or something. It's all good.
Let me see. Okay, I am recording. Is it recording? Yes, it is recording. And all right. Oh, can you guys hear that?
I heard a little ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I told her because my youngest son has got it's really high pitched voice, really high pitched.
Yep.
And I'm like, dude, you have to talk in the whisper voice.
Daddy's recording.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do I have my notes here? Yep. I think we're all good. Are we ready?
Yep.
We're ready. I'm ready.
Yep.
I'm hearing an echo.
Echo.
Leeta, can you talk loud?
Can I talk loud, like this really loud? This is not my talking voice.
Okay. That's weird. Okay, maybe it's just...
Would you like me to talk loud? Because I can talk louder than Leeta.
You can. Nice.
And it's like, oh my god. Okay. No, I think we're good.
You good?
Yeah.
All right.
Just muscle memory. Mute. Well, I'm gonna mute my mic, I think, and then I'll play the intro. Okay. All right. You ready? You ready?
We're ready.
You
Yep.
ready?
Let's do this, chat room.
I thought she gave me the bird.
No.
I know. I saw the. I was like, I was gonna give you a high five.
I did that to Aprillian the other day, but no,
Nice.
not to you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so we're not going to pause or anything. We're just going to go, and if it goes on the podcast, it goes on the podcast. We just do the best that we can, okay?
Yep.
So, in 3, 2, 1.
Iron Man. Bloodthirsty. Pacifist. You're listening to the WoW Challenges podcast, the home of the Iron Man Challenge. And here are your hosts, Stone and Leeta.
Hello, and welcome to the WoW Challenges podcast, episode number 1. It is Saturday, August the 29th, 2015. The intro, I love it, dude. That intro was done by my very good friend Marconin, and I'm telling you, I rehearsed this so many times that I still screw it up, but that's okay. I love you, dude. I am your host, Stone, and joining me is my co-host, Leeta. Leeta, how are you?
Hey, I am fantastic. What an intro. Oh my gosh, Marconin. Thank you so much. That is amazing. So the intro that we just heard, that was done by Marconin from Tauren Think Tank. And I tell you what a master of voices he is. So we have to thank him. He graciously donated his time to create this for us. And we want to give him a huge shout out. So thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
Yes, we also want to thank these podcasts for helping to promote our first show. So, CtrlAltWoW and Chaos Portal.
Behind the Avatar and the Boomy Show.
Realm Maintenance and Tauren Think Tank.
Azeroth Roundtable and the Blue Recluse.
Looking for Roleplay and the Starting Zone.
The Game Case Show, the Rykter Scale, Pwncast Podcast.
BlizzCon Countdown and Corpse Run Radio.
Girls Gone WoW, and the Converted.
And the Sundering, Group Quest, and FrozeNerdz. So thank you guys. Thanks
Thank you
everyone.
very much. So I briefly wanted to talk about what we're trying to do here. Basically, a little while back, we had some questions about the Midsummer Fire, thingy, and I had to write a blog post about what was going to be allowed and not, and I thought if we had a podcast, that we ran once a month, it would actually help with things like that. So basically, we're going to go over anything that is World of Warcraft as it relates to Iron Man, Bloodthirsty, and Pacifist. And we're also going to give you heads up for what's coming up. So, for instance, coming up would be Brewfest and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, the world events.
Yeah. So, I want to thank everyone for your help. You guys have all helped so much. It means a lot. Because like I've asked and you guys have just been like, boom, here. And like I've always said to you guys, if there's anything I can ever do, anything, yell at me, please. And I will totally help you out. I do have a little bit extra that I didn't put in our notes that I want to say. So Leeta, I want to thank you for agreeing to host with me. I did make some plans and I knew kind of what I was going to do and I knew it's going to be a lot of work, but you brought it up here like a whole new notch, and thank you for this, and you're awesome.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's very sweet. Okay, well, let's get going. So what we're going to be also doing is having a guest, maybe sometimes two for each episode, to discuss WoW news, the events, and it basically impacts on challenges. So joining us today, yay, squee, is our champion. Challenge champion Rogueslayer from CtrlAltWoW. So Rogueslayer, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you for having me.
Yay! We're excited to have you here,
Woohoo.
and for the our first episode. So we're gonna have a little chat with you. So let's do the Rogueslayer chat, getting to know Rogueslayer. So first off, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself? So the player behind Rogueslayer.
Behind the characters of Rogueslayer and Voltandra and a little bit ironic
Yes.
and all the rest. Well, I am from and live up in a town in New England. I moved away for a long time, but I'm back. My wife and I bought a house here several years ago. We were living in this little townhouse place with awful neighbors, and I had to study for the bar exam, and I said, I can't do it. So we bought a house. and here we are. And I work at a software company, manage a team, come home, play WoW, go camping, stuff like that.
Awesome.
I thought you were more Midwest, and I don't know why.
No, I am west of Boston.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I have
guess I'm
lived in the
confused with
Midwest.
somebody. Okay.
I lived in Iowa, I lived in Minnesota, I lived in Oklahoma, I lived in California,
I thought you were
lived in Pennsylvania.
Colorado or something.
I lived in Colorado, I did.
Oh,
I lived in Manitou
Don't
Springs
ask me
in
why.
Colorado Springs.
maybe I heard that somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
So could you tell me how long have you actually been playing WoW?
I looked it up. I started playing in June 2010. A friend of mine, a friend of mine who was actually the best man at my wedding, he had been trying to get me to play because he started there's this new game, it's really awesome, and I was in law school and I couldn't do anything but study, and I was working. So after I got out of that and settled in, and then one weekend my wife went away for sort of a college flashback weekend, a bunch of concerts with her college friends. And I thought, hey, I can have a lost weekend too. So I logged on to WoW, and the next thing I knew, the sun was coming up and the birds were singing, and it wasn't in game. It was outside. So that was 5 years ago.
Wow, that's awesome. All right. Well, then, how long have you been participating in doing the WoW challenges? And actually, how did you get started with it?
I believe that was around the summer of 2012. And the fabulous CtrlAltWoW podcast was having some discussions about it. I think Jeppy was doing Iron Man, and he was talking about it and talking about it. And I said, well, that sounds kind of interesting. So I went and, dove right into it and just maimed and killed one after another, and I was hooked. And that was actually my first audio submission I ever sent into CtrlAltWoW before I was one of the co-hosts. I was talking about doing Iron Man, and my little gnomes were going, I want the green gear. Iron Man sucks. So yeah, it's about 3 years.
Holy cow.
Awesome.
I don't know if I've been doing it for that long. I think maybe closer to 2 years off and on.
Yeah.
I don't think the 3, but so what is your most favorite WoW challenge tune? So basically Iron Man, Bloodthirsty, or Pacifist.
I like the Iron Man and the Bloodthirsty. I had a Pacifist, and I got her to 9. And if you listen to this week's CtrlAltWoW, you'll hear that I deleted her this week. I just wasn't getting the groove out of her. I did have, before Stone, you took over and resurrected the boards and everything and made it an official thing. I had started kind of what I was calling my compassionate Dune. And she had a bunch of other things on her, but I wouldn't delete her right away. So she had a little more flexibility, but it's good to have guidelines. But I just couldn't do it. So definitely the Iron Man and the Bloodthirsty kind of go bounce back and forth between the two of them.
Awesome. Nice.
Yeah, I honestly don't think I can do. I've tried Pacifist, but it's too much. Like I want to go out there and kill things. Right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you can't.
Yeah, I've not done Pacifist yet. To me, I think that's really masochistic. And yes, I know what you're all gonna say, but Pacifist for me it's just like I don't know. I think I like killing things, I must admit.
It's
so
just
yeah,
you have to have your achievement all on one team, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Stone.
And you have to be really dedicated to track down, because there are quests that you can do, but you have to track down and really look at them and read them to figure out what is this quest going to involve, and I just couldn't do it. my brain is dedicated to too many things already. I couldn't take on something else.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Okay. All right. Well, what class races have you tried with your challenge tunes, and what do you find works the best for you so far?
I have tried, I think, every racing class on some form of Iron Man. I've abandoned many of them. I know I've tried Mage and Priest and Warlock and of course Hunter, and just all of them. Like I said, I had a lot of no mages at first. They kept dying at like level 4. Yeah. But so I do, most of them are Hunters and Paladins. Now that I have a couple years experience, and I'm retaining the lessons that I've learned over and over again, I'm starting to branch back out into other things. But so right now, one thing I wish I could have is a gnome hunter, but you can't. You can't have a gnome hunter on Blizzard. So right now, I'll tell you my current bloodthirsty tunes. I have a human warrior, a Tauren druid, a night elf hunter, and a dwarf hunter. And for my current Iron Man, I have a Tauren hunter, a night elf hunter, and a blood elf paladin. And those are what I'm grooving right now.
That's
nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Very nice.
So, well, you've got a lot there, but what would you be? I mean, we were going to ask you what you're going to plan to level next, but
Well, it's just, I won't say when. I'll say if. Yeah, if one of these doesn't make it and has to exit the challenge, I will start another one to replace her right away. I'm not sure what. I think, I have branched out of the hunters now, and I have a paladin and I have a warrior. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try another priest. I kind of enjoyed my priest. I remember her, but it's a little bit stifling at first because you have like one spell that you can do. Oh, smite.
Yes. smite.
But I might try her again. It's kind of the hunters are good because they can shoot while they move. They at least have leather and not cloth. They have a little friend to help them. But I definitely think I'm getting the hang of it now after 2 years, and I'm going to try to branch out and just be extra careful and put all my lessons into play.
Nice. And you know what? Priests, I was discussing this with Wingy last night, actually. Priests, there's 2 level 100 Iron Man priests. I wouldn't have thought of doing a priest personally as an Iron Man, but, there's people that have got the priests up. So that's really, really cool.
I know at one point I had a dwarf priest, and I know she at least got into Locomodan, because I remember her out there killing crocolisks and buzzards and with her smite.
Yeah.
I don't know how far she got to that, but I remember she got that far.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Well, with all this time that you've been doing, the WoW challenges over the last few years, what would be your fondest WoW challenge to memory?
I would say I have 2. One is, it was a post-mortem of another Iron Man. My little Ironicide, she's one of my standard Toon names. She was a dwarf hunter, and she was battling Mold Fang over in Western Plaguelands, and she actually killed him. But she had a wound, and she didn't get to her bandaging fast enough, so she collapsed and died. And at the time, she was my highest Toon. She was like 1 bubble short of 40. So
wow.
Okay, fine. I put her to rest, a little audio submission, and came back, and I brought another tune up. And when I got her up to, instead of short of 40, when I got up to 43, I took this one back over to Westland Plaguelands, and I killed Mold Fang and lived and stood victorious over him, going, "That's for Ironicide."
Nice.
But my other one is actually it was sort of a glorious death kind of thing. Leeta, you might recall this. I had a level 58 human. I don't remember what she was. She may have been a hunter, but I don't remember what she was. But she was 58, and she was in Swamp of Sorrows. She shouldn't have been in Swamp of Sorrows yet, but whatever. She was there. I hadn't learned yet, and she did her quest that she was doing, and she was trying to bolt back to Marshtide Watch, and just went riding through the field of battle, thinking, "Oh, I can just dodge this." It's like Dances with Wolves when he's riding across the Civil War scene with his arms in the air and they're shooting. That's what only she wasn't as lucky, and she fell on the field of battle. And I'll never do that again. But it was fun.
Well, that's almost going to lead into one of the next ones that we were going to ask you. Is what is one of the worst or the embarrassing ways that you've
watch that first step. It's a doozy. This one was actually captured on my first audio submission to Ka about Iron Man. I had an orc of some sort. I don't remember what she was, but she was over in Ratchet, and she had done the quests where you have to go up above Ratchet and get the pirates' buried treasure there, Gazlo's treasure, and then she turned around to go back, and I just walked right on over to where I thought the path was, and instead she just stepped right off the cliff and landed in a sodden heap in the rocks behind the Ratchet Inn, and an ignominious death. And then I had a repeat. You think I would have learned my lesson, but maybe 4 months ago, I had a Tauren of some sort, and she was in Feralis trying to get to where this quest was. And I was just gonna I know I can get to this quest if I just keep going around this cliff. And again, she rode right off the cliff into a little heap.
Ouch.
I would say I had a good near death. My best non-death was I had I think it might have been my little pacifist, because she was undead. She was trying to get onto the Zeppelin from Brill to Orgrimmar, and she went running up the steps, and the Zeppelin was just about to pull away. So of course, instead of just standing there and waiting for the next one, they'll come again. I leapt onto the ship and got it. I had grabbed the rigging, so I'm dangling from the rigging with my bow hanging from my feet, and I could have just stayed there, But no, I wanted to get in the ship. So I started sidestepping and I stepped right off the ship and went plunging towards what seemed to be certain death. But I didn't die. I lived.
Wow.
And
Wow.
kept that memory. And for her reward, she deleted her because she's a pacifist and couldn't take it.
Oh my goodness! I think the closest I've ever come to death is actually being at 1 hit point, and I was running away and running and running and running, and I'm looking at my health going down and down. And I'm like, oh my god! And then all of a sudden I see that I'm no longer in combat, and I got 1 health left, and I'm like, oh, thank you.
Bandage, food.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have to admit, I've got the falling disease as well, Rogueslayer. My very, very first Iron Man toon that I made, and again, this is probably going back 2 or 3 years ago, was Undead Warlock, and I was over in Hillsbrad at level, I'd like to say it's about 36 or 38. I can't honestly remember. And the 5 hills up the top of Hillsbrad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was backing, I was doing the whole, okay, I'm creeping up. No, got to back up. Something's padding this way. Something's padding. Back up, and dead.
Those are
And
some big clips.
Yeah. And I cried for like 5 minutes straight. I was like, what did I just do? What? Yeah. That was my first traumatic WoW challenge toon moment. So yes.
Wow.
Okay.
What zone would you think is the most unfriendly to any kind of a WoW challenge toon?
Well, as far as I've gotten as high as 60. I think Red Ridge Mountains is deceiving. At the beginning, it's pretty easy. There's lots of stuff to get as long as you don't get yourself trapped in by gnolls. But there are a lot of trouble spots, and you can get lulled into kind of a false sense of security. If you go in there, I would be way above level that you think you should be, and get out when you get over to the Author's Mills kind of things. Just walk away. Go to some other zone. And Cape of Stranglethorn is kind of the same way. This is down by Booty Bay. It has nasty little clumps of surprise mobs that will come out and just beat your head in. And there's a lot of temptation. Like, ooh, that looks good. I can get that ogre. Well, you come around the corner and there's 20 more waiting for you. So I would say those 2 zones are my. I had to really think about going there.
Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. So then, what advice would you give anyone wanting to try a WoW challenge toon for the first time?
I would say do it for sure. Stay sharp, and you're gonna die. You're gonna die. Get over it. Accept it. Move on. Just be ready to delete and move on. But yeah, I mean, you just have to stay aware of your surroundings and what's going on.
Yeah. No, that's very good advice. So thank you, Rogueslayer, for sharing some of your memories and some of your experience with us. But now we're going to talk to Stone, and I want to know, Stone, what have you been up to in game lately?
I'm going over the last month or so it won't be like you guys where you're not working. Well, not, I shouldn't say you guys, because you, Leeta, have been not working, so you can't do a full month worth because we'll be here forever, right? So
yeah, exactly.
Basically, I got my druid pair of stones, which I'm surprised hasn't been reported yet. I don't know why, but anyways, it's still named after stones. So if anybody were to report it, I'd be like, I name all my characters Stone of some kind. So
it's my name, man.
And actually, I'm not trying to make it a bad name. It's, I have more than one character named Stone, so it's a pair of stones. Anyway, so my druid hit level 20, which I was very surprised because I'm running her or him, I can't remember, as a cat. Well, I guess I don't really have a choice, right? But I find it was actually pretty quick, and being able to self-heal and stuff like that was like really, really good. I didn't feel as squishy as like maybe like a warrior. You know, like you don't really have a lot to heal yourself with. So basically, I ran through all of the noob zones, and now I'm in Ghostlands. And for my notes here, apparently I'm over halfway done, but I think I'm more than that. I'm like maybe 4 or 5 quests. I think I've got to kill those big. What are those two big dudes? Knuckle Rot and
Lurzan.
Yeah, I'm like, they're level 21 elite. I'm like, I think I'm not doing that quest.
And they hit really hard. There's my advice for new players. Don't go after Knuckle Rot and Lurzan. I don't care what level you are.
Yeah.
They're nasty.
So I also, it's not a standard Iron Man, but I have my Death Knight finally grinded up to level 57.
Ooh.
And because of that, you get blood presence, so you get 10% decreased damage and 10% increased health or something, and I can finally finish the initiate quests, where you've got to kill 5 of them, or you can PvP, but the PvPers all have like 9,000 health, though, so there's no point. And I finally was able to get into the other quest where you grab your horse and you have to kill that guy that's on the horse. That one is super hard. Being at level 56, don't do it. You will die. Being 57, it actually was close. I think when he finally died, I was at 25% health, and I had all my runes were still coming back up, so I could not heal myself back up. So it was very touching go there. The other Iron Man tunes that I did I rolled a rogue, got it up to level 9. It was kind of neat because I've never really done one before, so it was neat being able to sneak around and that kind of stuff, and well, I'm looking forward to being able to sneak past a lot of characters and a lot of the mobs and stuff and not have to worry about it. And I got my Pally at level 13, just running around in Blood Mist Isle. I'm probably going to take her, it is a girl, to one of the other noob zones, because I'm finding that so far it's starting to get a little bit dicey, so I kind of want to go back and get some easy quest XP. And my Bloodthirsty, I'm taking things very, very slow. It's only up to level 11. And I'm only playing through rested XP, because when I go kill stuff and I don't get that extra XP, I see the XP points and I'm like, that's it?
It's
it took me
disheartening.
like 10 seconds to kill that thing and I get like 34 XP. Come on.
What are you doing for your Bloodthirsty stone?
Bloodthirsty is a druid.
Awesome. Okay, nice.
And what race is it?
It is a Draenei.
Oh, okay.
No, it can't be a Draenei. It can't be a Draenei druid. What am I talking
That's right.
about? You know what? It's a Night Elf druid, and I actually rolled that character while we were on Ka.
Oh, okay.
And I got tired of the Night Elf zone, and I took her to Azure Isle. And then I got bored with that, and I started going up north into Blood Mist Isle. And it's still a bit too dicey. I find it's going slow. And I like the normal Iron Man, because at least you can go do quests, and not feel like, oh my god, I can't do any quests, right? What else?
See, I look at Bloodthirsty as being freeing. I can go anywhere I want. I'm not limited by quests. But the speed is really slow.
Yeah, it is. I guess you are free. It's just I can't get over the being slow part, because I'm used to just go kill and quest and do a couple and then you've leveled up, right? But it takes patience for sure. So the other stuff I did this week, or no, not this week, but the last 2 weeks, is that I recorded episodes 19 and 20 of my Stone Plays Iron Man. Basically, all that those are is that I'll have commentary about podcasts, like Caw.
Nice.
Basically, WoW news. Pretty much anything that's happened in my life and WoW stuff. And it generally runs about an hour, and I'll basically level up a Iron Man, and I'll comment on stuff while I play, which is a really, when I think about it, it's not that bright of an idea because it's just a matter of time to
you're brave
where I'm gonna die, right? So
You're splitting your attention.
Yeah.
But just think, make sure it's a spectacular death that's recorded forever on the interwebs. Yay!
I've got one. My level 16 shaman was streaming live, and I was in Northern Barrens taking the eagle guy up to going up the hill, and I had to go past all those centaurs, right? And I was very careful, and I was good, and I was like, oh, I see some there, and I can take that one, sure. And I was about halfway done killing that one, and then another one comes in as a pat, and I'm like, okay, well, this is getting a little bit, and I was doing okay, and then two more came in as a pat, and I'm like, give me a break. And I was very close to getting the last one down, and another one came in. I was like,
oh no!
But the pats are not just walking pats; they're running pats, and like you can't run away, like they're like you're done. So you need to kill or be killed, right? So that one died. I think that's the only one I have that's dead on not film, but like on a stream. So
on air.
That's I will get the jargon down eventually. Non-iron stuff. I got 2 more level 100 characters. That's all I'm gonna say.
Woohoo! Wow!
And I got 3 more mounts. Eat that.
Woo!
I got Bronze head. Well, I got the head only, and I almost missed it because I didn't see that it started with Reigns of the, and I had to go look back in my bags. I'm like, oh my god, I got it, and I got the Blazing Drake, and it dropped on Heroic Madness, which is really weird because usually you would expect Lifebinder to drop there, and really I wish it would because I hate that raid. So it's just spending a year.
Spine's the worst.
Spine is not good. Yeah.
Soloing Spine. I don't think I've even got through soloing Spine because it's so nasty. It's such a nasty fight. Yeah.
And the other one was the Astral Serpent Mount, and that's from Gushan Vaults, and we were farming Claws and Fangs with my friend in guild, and all of a sudden I just felt I think we should go farm some mounts, and he's like, I don't want to. I'm like, just come on, let's go. And sure enough, it dropped, and he swore at me, and he actually kicked me out of guild. But then he invited me back in, and then he kicked me back out. He kicked me out like 4 or 5 times because I kept saying, look at what I found. And and so I got so I am a mount guy. I love to get raid mounts, and so I'm more focused on the raid mounts that I can just go on my own. And right now I think I only have 5 left for Cataclysm raids. For the Mists and higher, I can't really do those. I probably could do Gushan on my own, but I think the other ones are a little bit too hard. So that's basically what I did for goodness, maybe about the last month, and I guess the last month too. I've been working on this, so not really spending as much time as I usually do in WoW, even though it kind of sounds like it. But I'm usually on leveling a character of some kind, but lately, because of the podcast and just setting things up, I've been taken away from that. But if we get into a groove here, I might be able to get back into it and get more mounts and make Leeta jealous and other people jealous too. And then my life will be complete.
Nice.
So that's all that I did. Leeta, can we get like not the full month because it's 7:34.
I'm doing
I don't know,
version.
man. I don't know if we can handle it.
Okay, all right. It's condensed compared to what I normally would do. I'm doing very, very condensed. So first off, currently at the moment, I am running 6 challenge toons. So I created a new one last night. Yes, damn you, Rogueslayer. I'm blaming you first, and then damn you, Stone, because why not? I'm blaming both of you, but I had to make a new one. But I'll talk about that in a sec. So I'm running 4 irons and 2 bloodthirsty currently. So at the moment, I've got my iron lead. Okay, if you don't know all of my toons, 99% of my toons are some version of Leeta. Okay, so when I refer to them all as being Leeta, they're different spelling and things like that. It's what I do. Yes, it's completely, I know, it's completely strange, but it's what I do. So, yes. So my Iron Leeta, she's a horde orc hunter. And she's so cute. She's got pigtails and everything. She's level 34, and I've got her questing in Northern Stranglethorn at the moment. Did the Nessing Wary stuff, which was kind of sad because I miss the old stuff. So, but she's over there. The quests are green, so I feel like it's not too much of a stretch. I'm trying to be really careful and not go beyond what I think is viable for me. So I'm being very careful if it's yellow quests or just trying to stick to green quests at the moment. I've also got Alliance Warlock, and she's an iron as well, and she's at level 21. She's over in Red Ridge questing, which is kind of cool, and I completely agree with you. Yes, Rogueslayer, completely agree with you that it's tricky. Red Ridge is deceiving. It's one of those. I've not had an issue with her so far, but I have had an issue with my Bloodthirsty. And my Bloodthirsty is my Druid, Alliance Druid, and she's level 19. And I've got her over there killing and looting the spiders, basically doing like the spiders and the boars and the foxes, and the Red Ridge, like the brutes and that, but making sure that they're more green to me than yellow, because yellow, if you're not watching Pats, and there's things that are walking that you don't realize are walking, so all of a sudden you're like, where did these 3 mobs come from? It's like, it's a bit scary.
You know what? Talking about that reminds me, I actually had another pacifist toon that I got to Red Ridge, and and she died because she was trying to grab the Knoll battle plans off the table, and she was near one of the mobs, and she was a rogue, and somebody else came up, some other toon came up and like ran by, and the guy somehow I ended up touching the Knoll, and then the other guy killed him, and so I had a kill on my pacifist. I had to delete her.
Oh.
I totally forgot her. I blanked it from my mind.
Oh, that's nasty. Actually, that's one of the things that I had with the Druid over in Darkshore, that I was killing the fire elementals. I think they're around about level 14, level 15, and I'm down there. I just tagged one, and all of a sudden I saw this other Druid run straight past me and had already tagged like 2, and went straight past me, and I'm killing my elemental. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Awesome. And then all of a sudden I saw these elementals heading straight for me. So I'm already killing 1, and I see 2 heading straight for me, and I'm thinking, I didn't aggro it. How is it that they're coming straight for me? So what I did was I popped rejuvenate, popped into bear form, and I'm like just going, thrash. I'm like, come on, kill. It's like there was no thought. The weird thing is there was no thought of me going, how about I run away? It wasn't even that. It was like, damn it, I'm going to kill this one that I'm already taking down. And now I'm going to take on 2 more, which just seems weird. I should have run away.
Sometimes if you haven't made the instant decision to run, you're stuck and you just got to fight it out.
Yep.
Yes. And I did. And I think if I'd stayed in cat, I probably would have had an issue, but by going into bear form, I seemed to all of a sudden, I don't know, it just became, they weren't hitting me as hard, and I got through, and I'm like, when I got through, I think I had about 20% health left, and I'm looking at the screen, and I swear, I was shaking. I was like, and my heart's going, and I'm going, okay, all right, okay, you're all right. It's like, get out of this zone. I need a nap. Yes. It's like, okay, we're not going to stay here. Let's go somewhere else. But it was bizarre because I'm thinking I didn't aggro, I didn't aggro anything. So how is it that those mobs that person aggroed all of a sudden were back on me? I didn't understand that, so I thought that was a bit strange. But anyway, so, and the other thing, where else? I've got a Iron Leeta. She's a Horde Warlock, and she's at level 15, and she's over questing in Northern Barrens, which is kind of cool. Being back in Barrens, I always liked, other than Barrens, chat, I always like Barrens. Having Northern and Southern Barrens, I don't like that. Since Cata, it was like, no, I just want the Barrens back.
Yeah,
but
I like the old one more, I think.
Yeah. So it's nice being back in Northern Barrens and just, killing the Plain Striders and killing the little boar people and all of that. So that's been fun. I've also got a Bloodthirsty Alliance lock. Yes, I have a few Warlocks. Yes, I know. It's a bit crazy, but anyway. So she's at level 13, and she's over in Westfall at the moment, killing and looting. And then last night, and this is why I blame you two, I decided I would make another Iron. So another Iron Leeta, and I made an Undead Monk. And she hit level 10 last night. So that was good because I'm a sucker for the undead starting zone. Undead's my favorite. If you don't already know that, my main warlock is undead, and I just love that. So doing that as a monk, and my monk's just going jab, jab, and it's like bang, bang, they're dead. Oh, yeah. I'm going, I like this. This is
killing touch is like the best thing ever for an Iron Man.
Haven't got that yet. I've got
it's the best.
And roll. I've got roll, so I'm going roll. So
would be good too. Yeah.
Now, when you don't forget with your monk, when you start getting your Peak of Serenity quests, if you lose to the trainer that you're working with, you don't die. I was afraid to go there, but then I decided to do it. It's not a death as long as you don't, fall off a cliff or something. Yeah, they say you failed. Try again.
Yeah, but it doesn't make you dead, and you have to release and all that stuff.
Nope, you're not dead. No dead.
I don't think I've ever died to one of them. I guess I never had to do it.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay.
I tested it out just to see.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that too.
Yeah, I wanted to see how the monk would go, so I'm excited to try that. And plus the other thing is by having all the different, levels of stuff and letting others get rested XP, and I think having rested XP, especially for the Bloodthirsty, is important. So yeah, it's why not? We all need another toon, absolutely. So yeah, let's do it. And then Isle of Madness, I've spent a little bit of time over there, just a little bit. So if people don't know, I've been doing the Need a Bigger Bag achievement on Timeless Isle, which is now renamed to Isle of Madness because it's going to drive me crazy. And I've got 2 things I need to get, which is the item of Jacure, and he's not being very kind at all and not giving me what I need. And then I'm trying to get the pet of Monstrous Spineclaw, which, again, 30 kills, and I've still not had any luck. But
you're not trying hard enough.
Yeah. Right, Stone. Thanks. Yeah.
I want to see you have 1 million.
Well, I think I'm over 3,700 kills now, because I did spend a little bit of time over there last night. So yeah, Ancient Spineclaws. The thing is, you've got to kill the Ancient Spineclaws to try and get the Monstrous Spineclaw to spawn. And then the Monstrous Spineclaw does not guarantee a drop of the pet. So, yes, it's awesome. It's so anyway, we'll see. We'll see how we go. I'll keep plugging along at that. But Rogueslayer, how about you? What have you been up to?
Oh, I've been doing a bunch of stuff. What I'm most proud of myself this week is my restraint. I've really kept myself back, and can move forward because of it. I didn't kill any challenge tunes this week. I've been keeping, if they're an Iron Man, I've been sticking to the green quests, go zone to zone if I have to. And if they're bloodthirsty, I keep in the mobs at least 3 levels below me. And more often, the 3s are like the top, so I might be doing things that are 4 and 5 levels below me. And the one I was working on is only like level 15, 16. But I just want to get her into that mode of keeping things below her level, because otherwise you get carried away and it's nasty. So so today I had Iron Crazed. She's my Night Elf Hunter. She's my highest tune right now. I got her to 38 today. And I had her out in Southern Barrens and was doing that defending the hill. Now I waited. I was in the high 37s. And I turned in some other quests first so I could get another level up before I went and defended the hill. This is where you have to grab the flag and then defend the hill from the mobs that come at you for a while. And I was proud of myself because she was fighting, and her little turtle was fighting, and my health was going down. And I ran off that freaking hill until I was out of combat. I left my turtle for her own defenses, and I ran off. I bandaged myself up, and then I went back in, and I shot. We took the hill. I think I lost the hill once, but I didn't die. But then when I did it again, we took the hill, and I lived, and I ran away when I needed to. So I was just proud that I managed to follow my own rules this week and stay alive.
Yay! Very good. Awesome. Okay, well, thank you for your week, for both of you. And what we're going to talk about now is news in the world of Warcraft. So 6.2.2. What are we? 2 days? 2 days away?
Yep.
3 days away? Yay! So flying in Draenor. Stone, tell me about that.
Well, is it acceptable to fly on your iron? Is it? I don't know, because basically your iron tune is supposed to be anything that you would be able to earn on that tune. And and technically, you would not be able to earn flying on your iron tune because how I think you need to be level 100 anyways in order to get into
into Tanan. Yeah.
So honestly, so at that point, if you're level 100, at that point, doesn't matter, because if you're already level 100 and you're still green flagged and you're basically at max, then who cares? But if you're coming in at level 90, I don't know if you should be able to fly or not. And to be honest, we are not able to track it. So it's really a honor thing.
Yeah, I think it's very much like the Water Strider,
Yeah.
Don't use it. If you didn't acquire it, don't use it.
I think for me, when I get my tunes, I've got a pre-planned route in my head that I know where I would go, and I'm thinking I can't wait for flying because I'm going to take all my other tunes and just boom, 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 right back up to level 100. I've got like 8 tunes left, but when I think about my Iron Man, like, well, if I could get my Iron Man up that high, am I going to be able to? No, I don't think I'd be able to fly because I'd feel like I'm not doing it the way that it's meant to be, right? So,
Yep. Well, that would be the same like the heirloom chopper.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So, like I think we've discussed this at various stages that yes, you can use the heirloom chopper for like a lot of people use that, but technically when you're on a challenge toon, well, you don't, I don't use it. I do the running until I get to level 20 and then, then get my my first mount skills and go from there. But with the heirloom chopper, it would be very similar to how flying with Draenor is, correct, Stone?
Yeah. Because with your chopper, really, who cares? It's level 1 to 20, but you never earned it on that character. Right?
Yeah.
So,
right.
It's not going to be that much more harder to not use it, right? Because from 1 to 20, it's not too bad. When you get up to like 16 or so, okay, it gets a little bit dicey. But if you never earned it,
yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's a good take on that. Now, with the next expansion has been announced, yay! And we're getting Legion. Oh, very excited about that. But they're bringing a new class, which is the Demon Hunter. So, Stone, what's the thoughts on Demon Hunter as a WoW challenge toon?
It's going to be handled the same way that Death Knights were when they first came out. They already started at level 55 when the cap was like when the Iron Man came out, it was 85. So they're very close. And so I think Demon Hunter's starting at level 95. And then I think they're going to increase by 5 levels up to level 100. And then they're going to join everyone else. So I can tell you that if we were to have them, they would be in a completely separate list. That they would not be on any main list. And honestly, I don't even know if you could get out of the zone using normal rules, because I'm sure that you'd have to equip some kind of green thing, and that's obviously against the rules. So.
Okay. All right. Well, I suppose we'll have to see how that plays out when the PTR comes up for Legions. Rogueslayer though, what's your thoughts on Demon Hunter anyway, like regardless of whether it's a challenge toon or not? What's your thoughts? Gonna try one?
Yeah, I'm gonna try one. I try everything. Yeah. I'm interested to see it. If they seem pretty cool. Death Knights didn't really... I did a few Death Knights, so they didn't really capture my attention. I like starting them from scratch, but we'll see how it goes. It does look like it has cool effects and everything.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I try everything.
Yeah. All right. Well, now the other thing that they're bringing with Legion is artifacts. So, Stone, thoughts on that so far?
Okay, artifact weapons. I know I said that we would never be able to use it, but things might change. We don't know what it's going to be like, right? We know that we can assign points to it. We know we can raid and get stones and put them in there, something like that, right? We don't know if it's like a new color, right? So because our rules are green and higher or no, what if it's a white? Does that mean that you as an Iron Man would be able to equip that?
Yeah.
And if it does, I really don't think it would be a white, but I can't see that being what they would do. It's going to be a purple.
Yeah, it seems...
I would think blue or purple, right? Or it might start off at green, and then as you move up, it'll turn to blue and then purple over the course of the expansion. Right, but if it... See, here's the thing: is that if it's a required thing in order to get from point A to point B, we might have some issues. where, because we don't want to tell people no, because hey, you can't do Iron Man past level. Well, like you can't do Iron Man in Legion at all. That would be kind of silly. But I think what might end up having to do is that you're gonna go in, kill things, get your weapon, and then you will put that off to one side, and then go find another gray or white one, and good luck.
Okay. All right. Well, I suppose it's like anything. We'll have to see how it plays out when they open up, the betas and stuff for Legions when they do that. But they've also said they're bringing in class orders. So what's thoughts on that?
I don't think that I don't think it will have any impact on us at all. I mean, it's just going to be a place that you go in, maybe grab some quests, but it's nothing that you wouldn't normally be able to have happen right now, right? Because even as a Iron Man, you can go get your garrison, right? So it shouldn't matter.
Okay. All right. Rogueslayer, what's your thoughts with Legion coming and the class orders and artifacts being added to the game?
Yeah, I think artifacts are definitely going to be high level things that you're just going to have to look longingly at. But that's what I predict. The class orders, I guess it depends on how specific they get on what kind. It seems like they're really. I don't know if they're gearing them towards a specific class spec, or if it's just overall paladin. Here's your paladin order. So I just think we'll have to see. Maybe it'll just be like a nice hangout, your garrison or something. But wait and see what Blizz does.
Yeah, exactly.
Lots of that is just more wait and see.
Yeah,
we're just going based on what we know now, right?
Yeah, and what we know is just a very early preliminary peekies,
Yeah, that's right. They've whet our appetite to what is possibly coming with the next expansion, and I'm not sorry. I'm excited. I'm very excited about it, but. Like with anything in WoW, I'm pretty excited about most things. However, more than that is WoW holiday events. Hello, my favorite things. So let's talk about that. We've got a few coming up in the next few weeks. So first off, we've got Pirates Day. Now, Stone, what kind of impact can Pirates Day have on a challenge toon?
Nothing much. It's September 19th to 20th. You go to Blue Bay and dance and turn into a pirate.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yar.
Nothing
that
to
sounds
see here.
Awesome. So having the buff as the pirate is okay?
Sure.
It's all right. Rogueslayer, Pirates Day. Do you like doing that?
I do. I don't run all my tunes through them, but I do like running over there and getting up on the roof and dancing around a bit.
So
just don't jump off.
Yeah, no falling, no falling. Okay, well then, basically the last day of Pirates Day will then start Brewfest, and Brewfest normally runs for a couple of weeks. So, Stone, thoughts on Brewfest?
So Brewfest is running September 20th to October 6th. Now, the bigger thing in here, I was looking over all of the notes, and the one thing that popped out was the Brewfest Enthusiast, and it's an experience buff. 10% for 2 hours, persists through death. Not allowed because you have to go and do something to actually get that buff. So it's not like you're just gonna walk around and then all of a sudden you have this buff appear. It's not like that buff. This is something you need to do. So if you need to do that, it's not allowed. Just the same thing as the ribbon pull from Midsummer. And the other thing was the corn dire brew. You couldn't even get in there anyways because it's a 5-man in Blackrock, right? There is some white gear if you feel like you want to dress your Iron Man up to look like a Bavarian brewer, but that's pretty much it.
Well,
Some
you were a
people are
pirate
into
one
that.
day, brewer the next day.
Yeah,
That's right.
Sure.
That's exactly right.
Sure.
Brewfest is fun. It's something I like to do, and I know they're adding some new stuff to the game. Yay! I'm excited. Rogueslayer, Brewfest. You gonna run
I
that?
went and did Brewfest a couple times, and I don't do much. And then, you know, when I like a holiday, I like the holiday. And Brewfest never really captured my love.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
Yep.
just never did.
All right. Well, that's fair enough. And it's not for everyone. You know, some people are into them, like me. Badly.
Now give me
Yes.
Hollow's End. Now we're talking.
Yes. I know. Can't wait for Hollow's End. That's my favorite. All right. Now, the other thing is so have we got, again, Harvest Festival will start at the same time as Brewfest. You know, we go months and we've got nothing for the past month, and then bam, 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 3 things. So Harvest Festival, thoughts on that, Stone?
Okay, so Harvest Festival is running September 21 to the 28th. Food is okay. Nothing, you won't get any buffs. The food is actually really good to have. Get it. You get 50% of your health over 25 seconds. That, I think, is better than some of the food that you could possibly get. So It doesn't matter what level you are, that health will change, right? So definitely, I would say get the food to help you with your further adventures over the next year. No, wait, hold on. Next year, don't they have some of the food like that in Winter Vale? I think there's some percentage health food. So at least you can get a couple, like 20 or 40 or so to at least last you, I would hope, from then until December.
There is some stuff that will get removed, once the holiday's gone as well. And I can't remember. I don't think Harvest Festival is one that it will disappear. So I suppose, if you can do it, but the problem might be with having cooking. I can't remember cooking. Do you need cooking for Harvest Festival, or can you just create it as in a quest?
I thought you could get it. I thought you could buy it.
Okay. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think you buy it.
I think you can buy it. I think you can make it too.
Yeah, Pilgrim's Bounty is the big cooking one.
Yeah.
Yes, Pilgrim's Bounty. Yep. Okay. All right. Well, then that sounds pretty exciting. We've got lots of things that we can do over the next month, and we will see where that takes us. Now, site news. Stone, what do you have to tell us with things to do with the website?
Okay, we're going to be making a couple of changes. First is when it comes to Death Knights, any Iron Man Death Knight that was created pre-stat squish, no taki, will be yellow flagged per our old rules. So when I had grabbed the site and changed the code and all that stuff and got it up and running, those yellow flags had actually been converted to green. They're going to go back to yellow. Any Death Knight that's created in now and so anything that's created post stat squished will be green flagged. Basically, it's my feeling using the Iron Man rules to get out of your starting zone. It's so hard. I would equip. I could compare that to leveling up another character to get up to 55. It's very, very hard. I've barely made it to 57. I've made it to 57 twice now, and my first one died, and it just mobs spawn, and then you're dead. So it's very, very hard. And I'm likely going to be pulling Death Knights out of our main list and go into a separate list to stay more true to the original rules.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So do you want to? Okay. So I can just go on to Bloodthirsty. So Leeta, and I think Rogueslayer. No, I don't think Rogueslayer you've come across this, but I know Ash might have, or maybe Mata. I'm not sure which one, but basically what it is that Bloodthirsty, we figure out how many quests you're allowed to do at your current level, and then you'll get yellow flagged or red flagged. And to me, that feels like once you're flagged, you're completely out, but that's not true, because you could keep leveling and have that quest cap go up, and then you could then become green flags. So people don't quite know that. So I think what we're going to be doing is we're going to set a flat maximum number of quests to 300 quests. For Death Knights, it's going to be 135, and we have some math here about it. And you know, I will be making a post about it, and I will be looking for and removing the account-wide pet battle quests. That seems to be throwing things off, because everybody starts with a new character, and then you start with like 46 quests, and you're like, what's going on, right? And it's like, I finished 4 quests, and hey, I get this achievement saying I completed 50 quests. I'm like, no. So we're gonna do a little bit about that. I don't know ETA, but within the next month for sure.
Well, that'll be cool.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool, because I noticed when I did my monk last night, the same thing. You know, I start off and it's like, ding, you've achieved 50 quests already. And it's like, what? No, I haven't. Honest. Awesome. Okay, so what about, have we got some challenger updates that you want to share?
These really, really quickly. So we're at actually over 2,200 people have tried the Iron Man or Bloodthirsty. Now this counts as alive characters, dead or deleted. So those are lost. They're all gone now. But because we've had so many characters, we've had to change the job so that now we're only going to take a random 1,000 characters per half hour, and we're going to check those. But once every 24 hours, we will do an update on everybody. So we should still be able to catch people that may not want to be playing honorably. That's the only reason why we do it. Because, you know, I would say that's a very small amount of people, but wherever you can find a way to do it, I'm sure there will be at least one person tries. So, and there's another piece of news that I'm very, very excited. I don't want to jinx it, but we're very close to getting a level 100 Iron Man, another one, and I just want to see what the class is, and the class is a monk. Yeah.
Monk?
Yep.
Nice.
And I don't want to jinx them, so good luck. Play safe. I would love to be able to say, like, you know, yeehaw, we got another one.
Next month, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
I would think so, unless they take a break or something, just to kind of step back, right? So I did a report on who leveled up and who died and all this stuff, and I was gonna make it level 20s and up, but the report just was this huge. It was so long, and I'm like, okay, no, this is nuts. So for level ups, we're gonna do level 60 or higher. So for the Iron Man, level 60 or higher, Arjun hit 66, Ash Hunters hit 63, Azilun hit 76, but I think in the chat room he was saying level 78.
78, yes.
Yeah, sorry, I think I misspelled that. Deirdre Van M, 99.
Wow.
Deirdre SS, 67. Ghoster, 80. Dansula, 60. Deirdre Van D. I know that she uses letters and stuff for her names just to mark which one's which. Level 63, Deirdre Van HH. Level 73, Iron Bats, which is a pretty cool name. 61, Iron Zonk, level 70. Nelisan, 65. Ramburu, 72. For deaths in Iron Man, it's Iron Neria at level 72. and Iron Woofer at 63, and
Oh.
Pike at 68. Sorry. So for Bloodthirsty and Pacifist, for leveling up, we said level 20 and higher because we don't have as many characters there. So Ash Mortal hit 23 for Bloodthirsty, Iron Clobber 26.
That's
was
me.
That? Was that Ash?
Yay,
Oh, it's Iron
Rogueslayer.
Clobber? Okay.
And Iron Clobber is me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Iron Grinder K is 51. Iron Rook is 23. Iron Aya is 20. Ainaris.
Yeah.
Sorry. Level 24. Iron Banana.
Banana.
I love that one. Is 39. Sariax is level 25. For Pacifist, for leveling up is Kendros, level 26. Pavara, level 52. Serenella is 44.
52.
I know. It's 52. It's crazy.
Holy Mac. Wow. It's amazing.
For Bloodthirsties and Pacifists that have died, so sorry, Uga Mulk died at level 24.
Ugamok. That's
and,
awesome.
Pacifist Empty Hand, which is a great name, level 21. So
Wow.
that's all that I have for the site news. I am glad I cut that down because that would have been a lot.
Wow. Well, congratulations to everyone
Yep.
who is taking part. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And oh
impressive.
my gosh, it is. I can't get over a 52 pacifist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that's wow. Okay, you weren't trying hard enough, Rogueslayer.
Try
Sorry.
harder.
Sorry.
I can't. My head will explode.
I know. I can't believe they got to 52. They're still going. That's amazing. Okay. All right. Well, now is the time that we're going to take some emails and our social feed that we deal with for the show. So you can ask us anything, the questions about the challenges, share your tips or tricks, or warn everyone about potential disastrous areas or quests. So you can get those emails and audios into us, which I'll give the details to in a little bit. So first off, we've got an email. Rogueslayer, can you read that one for us, please?
I can. It's from Alex Norris, Purple Turban in Dalaran. So for the Iron Man challenge in WoW, there's a hat in Dalaran called the Purple Turban that can be bought. It is a white item, so it doesn't break that rule. However, once bought, it has a +2 bonus armor. While this is considered an enchantment, it would not affect my character because the bonus armor only grants the armor in tank spec, and I'm not in any spec. So I would use it only for looks, as it would not give any advantages. I am asking, so I know, this would not qualify me once I get to level 10. Thanks, smiley face.
I responded to him and I said, I'm pretty sure you'd be able to use it.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it's white.
Yep.
And the +2 bonus armor, if it only applies if you're in a spec, then if you pick a spec,
Yeah.
then you're already going to be red flagged anyways, right? So
Yes.
I figured it was okay. I
Okay.
have not seen. I have not done a check. I did tell him to put it on and check the site, and then take it back off and see, just to find out if it would give him the red flag. I've not looked at the data that Blizzard gives us to see if it actually does show up as an enchantment, because it does, because they do have certain spots for that, and I don't know if that would fit in there or not. But
Okay.
if it did, and you get red flagged, I would say let me know, and I would go in and make an exception.
Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. I knew there was a purple turban, at Dalaran,
Never even
but
knew.
I didn't realize that it had a bonus armor on it. How cool's that?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll have to go look for it. Okay. Stone, can you read the next one, please?
So the next one is from Wingstar from Twitter. Can pacifist Toons cook and fish? Ultimately, you are killing the fish, right? Seriously? Well, I guess you could consider to be catching and putting back. That's as far as our rules are. Yes, you can fish. I think the only thing that you're not allowed to take is skinning. Well, you can take skinning, but good luck leveling with it, because one kill and you're done. But for fishing and cooking, we don't make an exception. If you don't want to do it, then you don't do it. But I think the idea is that you're actually throwing the fish back. So.
Okay. Right. Okay. Because I would have thought that with cooking in particular, you're technically killing, but obviously the sites, Blizzard isn't classing that as a kill.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Rogueslayer, what's your thoughts about cooking and fishing on a pacifist?
So I told you I had that Halacia, that compassionate tune that was pre-pacifist. She would cook, but she'd only cook, plant-based meals. So she wouldn't cook any meat things. She wouldn't deliver ribs to the sentinels, and she wouldn't fish. And actually, I used to fish myself in real life. I used to fish a lot. And I actually stopped fishing because I just didn't like the fact that I was yanking these fish, out of the water, and it just seems like it would really disrupt your day, So I apply that to my pacifist tunes. I love fishing and game, but my pacifist, before I killed her, she didn't do any fishing because it just didn't seem to go along with her mission.
Yeah. Okay. And there was something I remember we were discussing on CtrlAltWoW one time when Dark Moon Fair was in. And when you go to the cooking trainer and you've got to do the crunchy, what is it, the crunchy frogs?
Yep.
Yeah.
You used to say that you wouldn't do that because you were killing the frog.
You're taking this frog, dipping him in breadcrumbs, and throwing him into boiling oil. I mean, that's not very pacifist to me.
Yeah. Here, I'll pick a flower, and then I'm going to kill a frog.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point. Yeah. Okay. All right. But ultimately, Stone, what you're saying is that's an individual's choice whether they want to do that or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say, because Blizzard just comes back and says there's no kill.
Mm-hmm.
There's no kill.
Okay.
So.
All right. Now, I've got another Twitter question, and this is from Wingstar again. And this is, roll a night elf for either your Iron Man or Bloodthirsty. Shadow Meld comes in real handy in combat. Oh, that's right. So that was one of his tips. Tricks. Yep. Yeah. So night elf with Shadow Meld. Okay. All right. That's an interesting one. I hadn't honestly thought about that.
I didn't know that you could use it while you were in combat. I thought it was out of combat only, but
I don't know.
Maybe he's done it and he's finding that it's very useful. So.
Okay. All right. I haven't checked with my night elf. I've got it. I don't think I've used it.
Yeah, I don't think
myself.
I've used mine either.
Rogueslayer, do you thoughts on that?
I don't recall using it. I'll have to try it out because I do have some.
Okay. All right. We will all try that out and see what happens with that one. Okay. Stone, next Twitter question.
Okay. Next is from Asmadas. Are macros allowed? So I replied saying basically yes, as long as you're using things that you would normally be able to use on your Iron Man. And I think when in doubt, that's one of the best answers that you could come up with, if you want a macro, if you're a troll or orc, right, you get Blood Rage or something. If you want to macro that in an attack, I don't see any problem with that because those are two things that you'd normally be able to do anyways. If you're talking about macroing, trying to follow somebody and trying to set up certain things where you're gonna move, I have no idea what you would do with a macro that would make you cheat.
Yeah.
So, I don't really see a problem with it as long as you're still following that spirit. right?
I must admit, I don't really use macros like I
Yeah, I
probably
usually
used
do
to
it on my
back
Iron Man for sure.
in Wrath. I used to have a lot of macros, but I don't really use macros. I do key bindings myself, and I wouldn't understand macroing, like trying to macro spells on my druid in cat form when I've got like 3 spells which are all key bound anyway. So I mean, it's interesting to know, but probably, like you said, if in doubt, don't do it if you're unsure whether you should or not. But Rogueslayer, what's your thoughts on macros?
I have never macroed.
There you go.
Well, I mean, really, it's just. I mean, when you've got your Iron Man, when I mean, I don't need to use it because I've got enough button space.
Yeah, that's the
Right?
thing.
So,
You
Yeah.
have like 2 spells for 20 levels.
and
I was
as
telling,
he
yeah.
sorry, and as he here is saying in chat, /target pet /use bandage. Well, you'd
Okay.
be able to
I-
do that anyways.
I
no?
put my bandage on a key.
Yeah.
Okay, so you more keybind
Yeah.
than macro. Okay, all right. So you've got people that obviously use macros maybe more so than they keybind, and then what us three would probably more keybind to using macros. So I mean, it's an interesting thought that people want to use the macros, but yeah, okay, all right, all right. A general question. Let's go on to the next one. Rogueslayer, can you read that one for me,
Yeah,
please?
general question. Does the quality of the bags you equip affect whether your toon gets red flagged?
Nope.
Stone.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
It's
And that's
just
actually-
not here, right?
That's
So,
specifically spelled out in the rules, I believe. You can use any bag.
yeah. Is it?
Excellent.
I believe so.
Okay.
So you can see who's the lawyer in the room. I know, Regulation 4, Article B, Section C.
Nice.
You can use any
Yes.
bag you want, but not the Azure Water Strider.
There we go. There you go.
I
Awesome.
don't see it. I
Okay.
don't see it. Oh my god. I don't see it. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right.
Audio.
Okay, so we have a audio submission from Rigor that I'm hoping will play okay, and we're gonna play that now. Thank you, Rigor for submitting this. Not gonna play.
Greetings, Stone and Leeta. It's Rigor here for a quick what I've been doing with my Iron Man and Bloodthirsty
Is it
Toons.
playing?
Doing it for the WoW challenges. It's clearly I've learned that Iron Man is more kind of my thing because I'm a bit of a quest kind of completionist. I love doing all the quests, particularly for lower end ones, and I'm always working on alts and stuff. So I've been primarily working on a couple of them I have ongoing. I've got a Night Elf Druid who's level 15 at the moment, and pushing on 16, though I got some dangerous quests ahead, so it's going to be tricky. I did have a Warlock one that didn't last. She died level just before 16 in Ghostlands. So avoid the Ghostlands. That's to avoid. There's some other tips. I did my first Iron Man was got to level 22 or 21, and it was the very end of the undead starting there. You've got there's a dwarf boss that you have to go and kill, and I always forget how dangerous he is. In fact, I'm going to start another Iron Man undead one soon. But yeah, it's near impossible to not die if you're not careful. He really does some damage. So the trick is to kind of take out all of his outsiders and stay close to the 3 guys, Godfrey and his companions that you had with you at the time, to kind of push through that. So those are just kind of handy little tips and stuff. I'm working on a Shaman Iron Man at the moment, which is going to be good fun because we've got some melee attacks as well as spell attacks, and you can carry a shield, so it's all good. Anyway, I better get going. This is short and sweet, and hopefully at some point I'll send them something else when I've made more progress with them. I'll catch you later. Cheers.
All right. Thank you, Rigormorte. Yeah, I don't think I've gotten to that point doing an Iron Man yet, having to do that one boss, so I will have to watch out for that. So I think we're back to Leeta.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you, Rigormorte, too, for our first audio. Yay! Very, very exciting. And sorry about your Toon. Good luck with your next one. I know he's kind of got a little hankering for doing the WoW challenges. So thank you, Rigormorte. Alrighty. So helpful hints time. Rogueslayer, have you got a few helpful hints that you can throw our way?
I do. I have 3. Personally, I like to hit the auction house often and early. Any of that stuff that can sell for a little more than you can vendor it, save it up and sell in the auction house, because you can get bags. It's good to have gold when you need it, because you can't send yourself gold from any other Toons. Spring for the vendor gear. You know, I like to, whenever I get to a new level where I have new gear in my available, I know where to go and get that gear and see those vendors, and I get myself better gear and better weapons, and it's really, really helpful. And most important, if you're looking at, should I do this thing? If you have to think about it, no, you can't do it, run away. Period.
Okay, run away.
If you have to think,
good.
Run away.
That's a really good point. I think I like that. Run away. Run away, little girl. Awesome. Okay, well, thank you. And that's 3 really good tips, actually, because I know I was getting a bit slack with Auction House, and now I'm trying to hit the Auction House a bit regularly and making a little bit of gold, which is awesome. So I can buy the vendor gear, which is even better. So thank you for that. Now, before we do the wrap up, I just want to bring in some chat room stuff from the chat room. So let's go over here to about the Asylum saying with the macro. Ram Bureau also said about the /pet abandon shadow meld as a macro.
Yep.
So that was one that they mentioned.
Yeah, he's saying it's a little bit like a cheat. Kind of,
yeah.
But you know, you would So, for instance, when you do the Death Knight zone, and you're gonna go do the guy riding on his horse, you can do a /cancel aura. What is it? /cancel aura shadow. Oh, that was my ice maker in the fridge.
Nice.
I can't control that. Hello, fridge. So. Yeah, it's one of those things. Yes, you can cancel auras. Sure, it's like a panic button. You'd be able to do that anyways, though, right? So, I don't know what's really cheating. Sure, it's like a single button versus having to do right click or what is it? Right click on your pet.
Dismiss.
And then dismiss, right?
Dismiss.
And then clicking shadow. Well, yeah, it's faster.
Yeah.
But, you know. I
mean, the whole idea is a macro is that you're just going 1, 2. It is supposed to make it quicker. And that was the whole thing about having macros, especially when I was raiding, is you wanted that split difference of being able to pump out damage. Yeah. But, you know, when you're macroing something like, you know, dismissing a pet and bandaging, which honestly I hadn't even thought about. Yeah. It's like you said, there's not many buttons for me. I probably personally wouldn't macro it myself. No, I would just go click. So, you know, and if I die, oh well, I die. Like Rogueslayer says, suck it up and make another one. So pretty much, yeah. That's awesome. One of the things Asylum did bring up in the chat room just now, and I know Rogueslayer, this is something that you have been a doer of, and we've got Darkmoon Fair coming next weekend, which I'm very excited about because it's like my favorite place. But he mentioned about the bag selling, and this is something that you do. So can you just quickly explain to us about Dark Moon Fair and what you do? So if other people, I didn't know about this until Rogueslayer told me about this one. So can you
so on your Iron Man Toons that you can do quests and such, you get the quest to go to Dark Moon Fair, and you get a few prize tickets right away. Just like you get like 5 just for going. You turn in your little ticket, and then when you go and do the first aid quests, which you can do, you get some more tickets. Now you can take those tickets to the toy and souvenir vendor and give him a ticket, and he'll give you a Dark Moon storage box, which it's unique equipped. You can have one of them as a 16 slot bag, but he will also buy it back from you for 2 gold, 50 silver, which is awesome. So you go there with your 5 tickets, you buy one, you sell it back. You buy another one, you sell it back until you get your 5th one, or however many tickets you have. You keep that last one as sometimes your first 16 slot bag. And now you have your backpack and your 16 slot bag and your little 6, 8 slot ones that you got along the way. And I take all of mine back there and just, it's every little bit of gold counts. So that's something I do on every Dark Moon Fair.
Awesome. That is so good. I know. It's such a good, awesome trip, like little tip to help. And I think, with Dark Moon Fair only being a week away, that's definitely something that I need to keep in mind, because when you start off on a new toon, there's nothing like seeing that, I've got 54 copper. Oh. Awesome. Yeah. And you know that your main's sitting there with thousands of gold, and you're like, I can't touch any of that.
Yeah, one trip to Dark Moon Fair, and you've got 10 gold in a 16 slot bag.
Oh, nice.
Exactly, which is fantastic. Awesome. Okay, well, thank you, chat room, for that. That's awesome. And thank you, Rogueslayer, for those wonderful, helpful hints as well. Okay. Stone.
So, that's it. Like, our next show is going to be Saturday, September the 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern, or Sunday, September the 27th, 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Time. That's for you, Leeta.
Yes, that's for me.
Next month, we're going to be covering Hallow's End, because that's going to be coming up. And there's going to be, we're going to have a roundtable discussion with Rogueslayer will be coming back. Yay! And Ash, who is a 2-time Iron Champion, who's been around for quite a while, he has agreed to join us.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, can't wait for next episode. So I have to say, Rogueslayer, thank you so much for joining us today and having a bit of a chat about your challenge toons and your journey through doing this. So can you please tell everyone where they can find you and get in touch with you?
Sure. Well, first, thank you for having me on this your inaugural podcast. It was an honor to be here, and it was quite fun, and I hope everyone loves the show. So you can contact me. I'm at Rogueslayer1, the number 1, on Twitter. And I am, surprise, rogueslayer1.tumblr.com. And you can listen to me, you can hear me on CtrlAltWoW along with Leeta.
Awesome. Alrighty. Now, for the show, you can contact us by email, podcast@wowchallenges.com. We're also on Facebook at facebook.com/wowchallenges. You can check out the show on youtube.com/wowchallenges1. There's a theme.
There is.
Similar, yes. Yeah. And that's 1 as in the number, not 1 as in the word. And don't forget to catch us live on connectcast.tv/Stone. Now, you can also reach Stone on Twitter at WowChallenges, and you can find me on Twitter. I'm at Leeta Wow, and the spelling is LEETAWOW. You can also find me on Behind the Avatar, CtrlAltWoW, Cops Run Radio, and Geektopia podcast. Yeah, just a few. That's right. I'm a busy girl. I know, it's crazy. So I have to say again to Marconin for the intro into the show, thank you so much. Now, if you want to find Marconin, you can contact him at Twitter. He is at MarconinWoW. You can also find him. He is a co-host of Tauren Think Tank. So if you would like him to help you out with any voice work, then get in contact with him. But Marconin, thank you so much. It's an awesome intro. Yes, we love it. Really do.
Time I heard it, just big smile. It gets me pumped up.
It was so good. It's very awesome, and yeah, the music is pretty pumping. So we're very happy with it, and I think Stone, that's it. I think it's time to say goodbye. So thank you, chat room. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, chat room. Thank you for having me. It's been wonderful.
Say bye-bye. Wave bye-byes.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
The WoW Challenges Podcast is a World of Warcraft gaming podcast produced by Stone and Leeta. Copyright 2015. WoWChallenges.com. Portions of this podcast belong entirely to Blizzard Entertainment. The music used for the show belongs to Kevin MacLeod, and you can find more of his great stuff at incomnitech.com. No copyright infringement is intended.
That's it. So I'm still recording for YouTube, but that's the show. The podcast audio will stop there, and we'll put that up on Stitcher and iTunes.
Awesome. Well, the YouTube viewers got an extra special view of my cat walking across.
I saw it. It's like, oh, cat.
I know. Who's that, Ziggy?
Yeah, that was Ziggy. He's coming back for another pass now.
Hi, Ziggy.
Hi, sweetie. There he goes.
Kobe's outside because Kobe would. If Kobe walked across my desk, that would be bad. He's way too big. Honestly, he's got to stop growing. But that's awesome. All right. So what about that show title?
Yeah, we need a title.
Thoughts of show titles? Chat room. Any thoughts for show titles? Suck it, chat room. No, sorry. Can't use that one.
That.
Challenger.
No, that's Rogueslayer saying.
Holy.
Oh, that's good.
You died, pick yourself up, and get back out again.
Get over it.
What would be a good,
Get over
get
princess.
over it. What would be a good first episode name based on what we all did? I don't know. See, I'm not good at making this stuff up. No. I'm just gonna sit here and
we are challenges.
I'm gonna eat a little berry thingy.
It's challenge time. What are you eating? A berry. A what?
It's a berry.
Berry.
Yum yum. It's
What?
like a little mini juju berry thingy.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, we're not calling it berry time.
No, I'm feeding my sugar addiction.
Okay. All right, that's fair enough.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Welcome to. What do you want to do? Show titles.
Are you up for the challenge? We challenge you.
Ooh, yeah, we should go with something like that. That's a good thought.
We challenge you.
What was the thing that we were using in the when we did the other promo?
Are you challenge?
Are you up for the challenge?
Yeah.
Are you up for the WoW challenge?
Yeah, that's a good one.
There we go. Oh,
Have a finger pointing. Are you up for the challenge?
yeah. There you go. Yeah, let's go with that. Because that's a good start. Because it's episode 1. Are you up for the WoW challenge?
Just as long as it's not called like Gong Show or something, then I'm good.
We're gonna have
I don't know what
the paper bag guy coming in pretty soon.
Go look in chat. Are you mentally challenged to do an iron?
Do iron. No, I think that's how you mentally challenged to do pacifist. I still can't get over that. Level
Yeah,
52.
I can't do it. That's if they make it all the way up. I'm gonna lose my crap.
That would be awesome. Well, who was the guy that did over in the monk area?
That's.
Do you remember that?
He
Double
only
H's.
mined.
Well,
The
he
mowing,
only
that's
mined
so-
up until level 99, and then level 100, and then to get to level 100, he actually did pet battles.
Oh,
I'm like, dude.
Only to 99.
No, I know, but it's like, dude, why didn't you just carry on with it? Why? Come on, man.
wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. And that was another thing, I think, hang on, let me scroll back up. Yeah, good timing, because they've just started mowing next door.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. Is it Criparian's
Yep.
character?
He was the first one to hit. He was the first Iron
It was
Man,
the first
right?
ever. It was the first ever Iron Man. Yeah.
I started an Iron Man in the panda starting area once, and of course she died before I could get off, and I couldn't delete her because I had an heirloom in my mailbox, and you can't get to your mailbox till you pick a faction. So I had to keep playing her till I got her off the island so I could delete her.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's right. That was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That would suck.
Yeah, that sucks. They really need to do something about that. And you know what the other thing? Well, I don't know if they'll fix it. Excuse me, because there was talk of making the safari hat
Yeah, it's gone.
into a toy.
Yeah, it's
So,
gonna go. It's gonna go in
That's
6.
going to go in 6.2.2. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
what
the-
I'd heard.
The only other thing is the hitching post.
The Nightmare Stitching Post. That's what I always have in my
Yeah.
mailbox.
That's another one that, and it's like you can't delete the mail. You've got to take the piece out of the mailbox to delete the mail to then delete the piece. That
And then
doesn't-
even if you leave the letter in place without the piece on it, you still can't delete your character.
yeah, which is
You have to delete the letter itself. Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy. Actually, that's a really good topic. We should put that down in the topics board. Stone.
That's you.
We'll put that in. I'll
I'm
put,
pointing
okay.
at the mic.
I'll put
That's
that
you.
in the topics section
Jeez,
for
I'm not
some
used-
stage.
Not used. I see Leeta here. I see Leeta there, and I see Leeta there. I've got like.
see me
she's all over the
everywhere.
place.
Woohoo! Scary. Awesome. Okay, well that's pretty cool. I think are we good? Have we got everything that we need to for the show? We've got the show title. Are you up for the WoW challenge? Episode 1.
Are you mentally challenged?
I'm up for it.
Mentally challenged.
See, oh,
No, we can't call it that. It's funny.
No, it's funny, but yeah, we get. No, anyways. So.
Remburo says, what level should I go to Cataclysm Zones? I'm level 72 currently. This is my highest toon yet. Wow. 72.
That's
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, probably not yet.
No, not at all yet.
Cata-
No.
Not at all.
I mean, even at level 80, when you're doing those, if you're doing Ice Crown, as soon as you hit 80, the XP gets reduced like so much, so that you kind of. I don't even think you can hit 81. I'm not 100% sure. So I think you're forced to go at level 88 at level 80 to go to like what's the forest, right? So you just got to be super careful. Buy gear, I would guess. I think maybe I don't even know if you could buy. No, that's green gear.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's green gear.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
won't have to
mine.
face that for a long time.
Ooh. That's a bit nasty. Hygel?
Yeah, that's the forest area that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's level 80, no? I thought that's level 80.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You can either do that or can do the underwater zone, and I do not recommend doing the underwater zone as an Iron Man.
Yeah. Probably go to Hygel. I think
That was
would
Starbuck walking by.
Yeah, meow.
be... Hey, Starbuck. Silence says at 72, stick with Northrend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Absolutely. That
I mean,
sounds
the
like
higher
best
you
way.
go, I'm going to be sticking with things until they're almost gray. You know?
Yeah. When you get to 81, you will one-shot Northrend mobs. That's what Asalan's saying.
I'm okay with that.
Oh, yeah. I'd be pretty cool with that. That's awesome.
So did you notice that the lag between us seeing and hearing and all that stuff is really low compared to Twitch?
Yeah,
Twitch is about 10 seconds. Here it's about 3 or 4 tops.
Yeah, no, I'm still late because
I'm gonna go to sleep too.
When I checked when I was listening to the outro, it still is probably a good 20 to 30 seconds behind for me.
Really?
But I think that's and I think that's purely because I'm way over here, so I'm the delay of it. I don't think there's anything I can do to get that any better. So but that's fine. I knew what you were saying as soon as you said okay and we're back. So it's like, okay, I'll mute, so that's cool. So it's all good. Alrighty. Well, nothing else that we need Rogueslayer for. Everything's good.
Awesome.
Stop the stream.
We're all good. I think, we're going to stop the stream now. See you later.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, chat room.
Thanks for coming.
All right. I will be hanging up.
Next
Thank
month.
you very much for having me.
Rogueslayer.
Thanks for coming. Thank you.
All right. Night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.